Whenever I have a video that either goes viral or just performs really well and is shown to a new audience, it is inevitable that I get negative comments, critical comments. I could do better than that comments. I hope you're doing this because I read it on Google once. I'm sorry, that was sarcastic. Hi, okay. I wanted you guys in the frame, but I didn't want it this chaotic. So I'm usually really patient with negative comments, because I really do truly try to be like, okay, at the root of this, there is more than likely a legitimate concern or a legitimate question. Like, I'm really good about looking at things that way. A lot of times, you guys, my social media family, are avid followers. You guys will see it and respond to them and like have our back here before I even get a chance to read these comments, which is amazing. I love that. That makes me smile. I'm like, yeah, that's my friend. I recognize that username. Like a very, very common typical one is, why is that fox stuck in a cage? Let that thing go. You guys all know why. That we cannot do that for legal and moral reasons. But instead of being offended by that, immediately I'm like, you know what? I understand. It is very sad that these animals have to live their life in a cage. That kind of sucks for them, doesn't it? So I give some weight to what they're saying. Like, I kind of agree with you, but here's why we have to do this. Here's why a life within a cage is the only chance at life that this animal has. And then sometimes I kind of like let a sarcastic response slide, but in general, things really truly don't bother me. You can't let them, because social media will devour you. Because when there's new people watching our videos, that means that these people have no idea what I do here, and they make a judgment call based on a very short clip that they see without taking 26 seconds to like do a little research and click our profile and see what we do here. It's the day and age of scrolling. It's the reality of it, especially when you're posting to a scale like I am. We have over 3.5 million people, I think, between all of our platforms. Anyways, now I'm going off on a tangent, but my whole point is sometimes it gives me the idea for content, and I'm like, you know what, that would be really cool. There's probably a lot of people who are genuinely curious about that. The video of Jacob eating has been posted on, I think, all of our platforms. Noticed several comments across them that say something about the caging that you can see, basically saying like, how the heck can this contain a wolf dog? Instead of being offended by that, because truly the fencing is very worn in the area where they eat, so like I get it, that tiny clip probably makes it look a little bit janky. I was like, you know what, this is a great idea for some content. Honestly, this might be really good information for you guys if you have a husky or any stubborn breed really that is very escape prone, digger, climber, jumper, chewer, whatever it may be. This might be handy stuff to keep in mind. So let me explain for anybody who doesn't know how we constructed our escape-proof wolf dog enclosure. Missy, are you not contained well? Are you escaping every day? So come on, friends, let's take a look. Maybe we'll walk over there just for a change of scenery. I feel like all my videos are filmed right here by their cabin. This is their chain link enclosure that I use if anybody needs to be temporarily contained, when we've introduced a new pack member, if anybody needs to be separated for medical reasons. That was what I originally had in here open. It was like a 600 square foot area. That's it. When the DEC called and asked if I could take 2 wolf dogs last minute, you know, if I had room for them, and I was like, yeah, I have an empty enclosure. I can take them temporarily. And temporarily turn into us fencing an entire acre for these beauties. They're fencing, as you can see. Maybe you can't see from that far, actually. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see here. It's very sunny. I can't see the phone well. On the inside of the post, can you see that? We have a high tensile fixed knot fence. So fixed knot fencing is extremely strong. If you think of like a welded wire fence, there are literal welds at every corner that could potentially be broken or ripped apart. Fixed knot fencing, that's not going to happen. Very, very strong fencing. This is often used by farmers and ranchers to deter and keep out like deer, bear from farms and pastures. That honestly probably wasn't super visible unless you're really looking for it in that clip of Jacob eating that I had referenced at the beginning of this video, the whole reason that this video is being made right now. On the other side of the fencing, we actually have welded wire fencing. Welded wire fencing, it's basically there for 2 main reasons. One, if anything were to happen to this main fencing, then that just simply acts as a second form of containment. Now, I do not trust welded wire long-term to contain wolf dogs, or honestly any strong dog. I wouldn't trust it. Might contain one forever, but if they want to test it, they will eventually win. However, because of how frequently I see these guys, odds are very likely that I would be able to see that something has happened before they're going to break through that second barrier. Second reason that welded wire that is there on the other side of the post is simply to keep smaller animals possibly, or like human limbs. You know, if somebody like doesn't listen and walks up and tries to stick an arm through or something, keep that stuff out of the fence as well. Here, this is a better view. Can you see what I'm talking about? So like right here, fixed knot. And then behind it, you have your welded wire. An alternative to the fixed knot fencing that I see a lot of Wolfdog owners and rescues use is, you know, that big cattle or horse panel stuff you can buy that's like heavy gauge and like 16-foot lengths. We'll use that and layer it like 2 on top of each other to create an 8 or 10-foot space. This fence is 8 foot tall. You would think that that would be enough to contain most canines, a Wolfdog. In most cases it probably would. However, great climbers if they are determined. Again, think of like a husky, like a northern breeds who are really, really prone to escaping and climbing and doing cat-like things. If they want to get leverage by jumping off of something, just never underestimate them. So that is why we have what I call lean-ins. I don't actually know the correct term. I've heard lean-ins and tip-ins. I say lean-ins. They come in at a 45-degree angle. They're not like a raccoon that's gonna be able to literally climb upside down and like hold on. There's a couple spots like on the gates where it's a 90-degree angle, which is okay as long as it's not too short that they could like jump on it and use it as a platform. Because I have absolutely seen them jump 6 feet into the air, for sure. Same with foxes as well. And then down here, honestly, this might be too hard for you guys to see. Over back to a different spot. Kind of unburied right here. I think this is a good place to show you. Hey, Doge. So along the entire inner perimeter of all of their main fenced-in area, they have the whole woods back there. They have a few feet of fencing that comes in, like it goes perpendicular and attaches to the bottom of their main fencing. We go and basically like backfill, bury it with dirt. As you can see, this is like a high traffic area, so it's a little bit uncovered. Could a Wolfdog tunnel and escape? Absolutely, but a few feet will buy you enough time that even if somebody did get the idea in their head, you have enough time to step in. We've never had an issue here with our pack, especially if you know your Wolfdog. I mean, if you know that you have a digger, you're gonna wanna extend that dig guard probably, I don't know, 10 feet possibly.